Hi there and welcome to another episode in the story and the life of Jesus. In this video, we're going to look at the word offended, at people becoming familiar with Jesus. It says that Jesus went back to his hometown of Nazareth and he went into the synagogue and he was teaching them, and the stories of Jesus had come from all over, had come back to his hometown, and they were astounded at his incredible teaching. They were astounded at his incredible authority. They were absolutely astounded and said, who is this that does all these things? But you see, they also knew that Jesus grew up. They knew that he lived in their neighborhood. They knew that his father was a carpenter. They knew his mother. They knew his brothers. They knew that Jesus grew up amongst them. And they were so familiar with Jesus, they couldn't accept the stories. They couldn't accept the claims that Jesus was making and all of these incredible miracles that were coming around. Maybe they didn't believe it. Maybe they didn't want to believe it. But it's so sad because what happens is it says that they took offense towards him. They were offended that he was making messianic claims. They were offended that he was healing people. They completely missed the whole story, the whole reason of who Jesus is and what he was doing in the earth, and that he was bringing in and ushering in the kingdom of God, because they were so familiar with who he was that they missed the message that he was bringing. And it says there even further that Jesus could do no miracles amongst them because of their lack of faith. It's not that they wanted to overcome their doubts, is that they were offended by it. So Jesus, you're saying that you're better than us. Don't forget, we knew where you grew up. We knew who you belonged to. And just in that whole thing, I wanted to encourage us, and as I reflected on this story, just thinking about this, is how have we become familiar with Jesus? Are there areas in our life that we've become familiar with him? Hey, Jesus only works in my life in certain ways, that we've put Jesus into a box. He might be trying to speak something new into our life, do something new in our life, but we're so secure in how we think Jesus is going to operate. We put him in a box. He can only do this and this and this in my life. And then as soon as someone says, hey, something else is possible, that the kingdom wants to move further in your life, or when Jesus says, hey, go and do something that's out of our comfort zone, we can sometimes take offense at that and say, no, that doesn't fit into my gospel, that doesn't fit into my box. But you see, Jesus is so much greater than our wildest imaginations of him. We cannot define him. We cannot contain him. Jesus is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And when we become so familiar, he actually can't do the work that he wants to do in our life. It doesn't mean he doesn't love us. It doesn't mean that he doesn't want us to walk with him. It just means he can't do all that he wants to do in our life because we have become so familiar that we've either taken offense to people who have told us something different about Jesus, or we've taken offense that Jesus actually asks us to forgive or overcome certain areas of our life. And so I want to encourage you today to stay with your heart open wide. Let you have a wide-eyed wonder of Jesus. Don't be so familiar with him that in a sense of you think you know everything about Jesus. Let him teach you afresh. Let him teach you new things today so that he can do incredible things in your heart, in your life, and in your world. Well, if you want to track with me in Matthew, we're around Matthew chapter 14, and you can see the story for yourself. And I'd love to hear what your reflections are on this story. Let me know in the comments section below. Well, God bless you. Hope you have an incredible day, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the next video.